is that what you're telling me? Or I have potential to do good in this? I wrote that off. And that one teacher was like, what are you doing in this class? And just kind of shook her head and walking away. I think there's something about the emotional tone that it set. It was like, you're sort of selling yourself short here. Why don't you're good at this. And I was like, oh, really? That began sort of a transformation there.
Human emotions is mirroring, right? Empathy, mirroring. And sometimes it's about the basics. When I reflect back to you, who you are, in a way that you feel it in the moment, and it's not like, hey, you're the best. And I go, yeah, I am the best. It's more like, I see this about you. I get this about you. And then it resonates in you and you go, yeah, that is me. That is one of the most powerful human experiences that we can ever have. It is huge, right? So even like when you have kids, your kids' age, it's like sometimes they're like, this is the most amazing thing in the world. And if that is reflected on your face,
yeah,
that means so much. They're like,
yeah,
oh my God, Daddy knows that is the best feeling in the whole world. That's how I feel. That right there, right? But it's also for difficult emotions, It's like, I'm so frustrated with you right now, Daddy, and I'm mad at you. And you're like, I know, sometimes I'm the worst daddy. Sometimes I'm just really mean, aren't I? They're like, yes. And then all of a sudden they change and they're open because you reflected back how they were feeling. Empathy doesn't mean you agree. Empathy just means you're striving to understand how the person feels. But mirroring is, I'm mirroring back to you that you are so good at this, and look at these scores. You're better than this. You could ace this test. What are you doing? That is mirroring, and that is so powerful. And people get it so much when they're falling in love. People get it so much when they're a kid sometimes that we become like hooked on it, and we get very upset when it's not present, right? So anyway, mirroring is a big, big, big thing, and maybe we'll talk for 2 hours some other time about that.
Yeah, I really want to be mindful of your time. This has been a conversation just rich with wisdom, and it's been extremely helpful for me personally. So thank you for that.
Good. I really enjoy the conversation. I so love what you're doing, and the podcast is really great. And so I'm just grateful that you had me on.
Yeah, of course. I just,